now, back to about 42 seconds to the last car, and they're all got about a five-second interval between them. It's worked out off the qualifying and the first race times, their best times of the two, and then we put it into a computer and it spits out a grid, and hopefully they all should be, well, coming over the line together at the end.
That's the theory, right?
Yeah. Obviously, there's not enough room there for all of them at the same time.
I love this because if you're a big racing fan, you're going to see them forced to overtake, i.e. the faster cars, because it won't take them long to get onto the same pace as the guys that have left earlier.
Exactly. And the other thing, too, is it gives the other guys in the group a good chance to have a win.
Yeah, and also get some clean air when they're not under pressure. They can keep an eye on the clock. There's our two, effectively, hares who start at the back, but they were first and second in our first race. And that, of course, is Perkins and Angus Fogg. I was talking to Angus Fogg's partner, and she was saying that he hasn't used any new tyres yet, so he's on the new tyres now, so he should expect some quick times here. A fifth weekend in a row that Foggy's been racing, so he's out there.
Yeah, Dean obviously put some new tyres on for qualifying, and that has used them. So, you know, an advantage could be a couple of seconds in the first couple of laps. Advantage for Foggy.
Well, Foggy's taken that advantage as he heads down the back straight and has taken Perkins now as they head into Higgins. So Foggy's away, and he'll now try to catch the... Oh, I say that. They're still side by side. It's not over, this one.
We're not going to give it away to each other.
Not at all. Okay. Has Foggy got him? Down the back straight. They're still neck and neck. Now, let's hope this doesn't end in tears, because somebody's got to give, and it's not going to be Foggy. Angus Fogg round the outside, and he's not done yet, Perkins. Go on, son. This is great. Across the line they go. Foggy now just about in the lead, but he needs to come over and close the door, and he's done so finally. So Foggy makes that move and makes it up to, that was a battle for 13th place, would you believe? But fastest lap for Foggy, a 1:12.3, which when you consider the leader, Bruce Dreden, in this handicap is on a 1:22, you can see how quickly that Fogg could make it through.
Yeah, and Bruce Dreden's car is a very fast car as well. It's obviously NASCAR powered, but, you know, he's not as skilled as the other drivers, I suppose you'd call it, but he's doing very well out there, and, you know, he'll be going for a win.
And already Fogg is building on that pass he's did. Sadly, we're seeing Eden now. He was out in the first race of the 1:65, and again, Eden coming in early. That's Michael Eden, and I think that day is done for him. Do you think?
Yeah, he had a short in the back of the car, which obviously shorted out the battery, and there was a bit of a fire in the boot, which is not a good thing in a race car.
No, not unless you're cooking sausages. Craig Boot in the number 7 had a good run in the first race, and fastest lap of the race just goes to Dean Hansen for a moment there. Then Craig Boot, who we were just talking about, did a 2:11, now down to 2:09.8. Angus Fogg dropping the times again, and Foggy now on his way for his next overtake by the looks of things, and he's built up some good momentum. And as he comes towards Splash, he's got 4 cars ahead of, including that number 7 I just mentioned of Craig Boot. Here he comes. And there is Boot. So there's Foggy in the background. There he is as they head towards the hairpin. There are 5 cars now in front of Foggy, and starting to get interesting. But at the front, it's still Bruce Dreden. And you said that's a fast quick. He's just taken it down to 1:18, and the man behind him, Paul Bowden, doing 1:14s last time out. But we've got a good battle here. This is going to be nip and tuck when we come to the last lap, isn't it? Yeah,
definitely. As they sort of bunch up together, you notice that the lap times of the cars, because they're doing a bit of a battle themselves in their own little groups, their lap times slow down a little bit, and you know, they're not as quick as what they are if they're in fresh air.
Well, talking of fresh air, Fogg is about to get a little bit foggy because he's got 4 cars in front of him as they head down the front straight. Fogg faster than them as they cross the line. Fogg does a 1:09, and those ahead of him are 2 seconds slower. So he's caught right up to the tail going through Toyota of them all. And now they open it all up again, and it looks as though 1 car slowing in that group. So now Fogg's got to deal with just 3. He's got out the way as Ward.
Yeah, Ward's been with us. This is his second race with us. That's a very, very quick car as well. It's the same as built by Rodney Heads over in Tauranga, and you know, the same as Clark Hopkins' car.
So what's Fogg got under there?
Oh, I don't know. He's got something special. I mean, he builds the cars, and he obviously builds it to suit his own driving style and that sort of thing. So yeah, he's talented at what he does, as well as driving the cars.
So Fogg trying to get through. He's got 3 cars now in front of him. Ward got out the way. Will he get one more spot before he gets through this lap? I doubt it. He's going to have to hold back, but then again, he's going around the outside now. So here we go. He's amongst it, and he should be able to clear these 3 if he's lucky by turn 1, but that's not as easy as I make it sound. He's got past 1, he's got past 2.
Coming up on Craig Boot.
Yep, and Boot's just ahead of him in the 07. Nicely done by Fogg. That's good driving, good clean driving, because you've got to take your advantage, you've got to take your chances while you've got space, and he used that time now. Into splash goes Fogg, and behind the number 7, and we're getting some good battles all the way through. There's the 41 of Bruce Kett. And there's our leader at the moment, Paul Bowden. He's in the lead by less than a second, really. And this is good stuff. And everybody sort of jostling for position as the handicap race, with the fastest men starting at the back and the slowest men starting on a handicapped start from the flag from the front. So it all makes for a very interesting culmination at the end, where the fastest man should have a chance, at least, of getting the podium.
Yeah, Bruce Kett in the Cambridge car out there. He actually had the motor out of the car on Monday on the floor, and had to put a new camshaft in it during the week. So, you know, only got it going again on Wednesday night.
Yeah, where I've been staying in Henderson, there's quite a lot of auto shops, and they all know the muscle cars, and I think a few of them are prepared around there, and it's great to see all over Auckland, all over the cities of Wellington and Christchurch. These cars are being prepared around New Zealand for these races. Now, what have we got here? As it looks as though Craig Boot trying to make up another spot. Boot currently in 10th position because Fogg's got ahead of him. He's now 9th, and 3 laps to go. So Fogg's going to have to get a hurry on if he's going to get on the podium here. Perkins is following him through, but he hasn't been as quick. He's 12th at the moment. And Greg Honor, who had a on-again, off-again kind of run in the first race, is in 11th. He's going up too. But not as quick as Fogg. Fogg's the man setting the pace effectively of those who started at the back.
Yeah, Dean Hanson's making a move past Tony Boyden. That's actually the yellow HQ that's winning the championship at the moment.
Here comes Fogg, and he's really, really scything now. Comes out of that last corner. He's using that last corner, taking a high line, and he's eating them up as they dive. Now towards the inside he'll go, and he'll try and make up another spot here.
Oh, Foggy, a bit of a lock-up there for Foggy.
Oh, he's got to be careful. That's what I'm saying. You know, you've got to do it, but you've got to do it cleanly too. Yeah. And that was a mistake. No question about it.
Yeah, as I was saying, in levels, he had a bit of a touch with another car down there and lost 50 points last time. And because he didn't finish the race as well, lost another 50. So that's what sort of, it's probably lost the championship for him.
You think?
Yeah, he was out in the leaderboard right at the front.
A real shame. So that beautifully coloured number 11 Mustang, and still we wait for this, effectively this race to shuffle out, because that's how you see it. It's really not till the last lap that you really kind of can call how it's going to be. But we've got 2 to go, and there's 1 more after this, but it really isn't until the last lap that you really get a real sense of how it's going to finish. Here comes Fogg. Well, that's an interesting way of taking an overtake. Go onto the grass, get a little bit leery, and get back on. And he's done it.
Yep.
So Fogg makes up another spot. They cross the line again.
Coming down for the last lap now.
Yes, this is the last lap. It's Bowden, Holland, and Fogg now 3rd.
Oh, someone's gone off the end there. Ward's gone off into the sand.
Into the gravel. Nasty track. Nasty, and that is, sadly, Peter Ward. And, well, with 1 lap to go, that could halt Fogg's progress. Well, Ford just got stuck behind somebody there and missed his braking point, and then just carried on, really. And luckily buried himself in the gravel rather than in the Dunlop sign.
Obviously, they're not allowed to pass under a yellow flag, and hopefully there's only some yellows sort of around that
local
area,
yeah.
so Foggy might be able to get the job done.
This is the last lap. Exciting stuff, and Fogg will try to take 1 more go. He's up to 2nd now, and he's got the run out of Higgins. It's all to play for. Fogg to win the race, and he's coming down the back straight like a dose of salt. Fantastic stuff from Angus Fogg. And he takes the lead on the last corner, but they'll pass that yellow, and that'll be a yellow flag situation there, but he's already done the maneuver, and that means that Foggy will take the win. Angus Fogg wins the race from the back. Paul Bowden did his fastest lap on the last lap, and Shane Holland takes third place ahead of Dean Hanson, Clark Hopkins, Craig Boot, and Tony Boyden. Good stuff by our Central Muscle Cars. My thanks to Ian Pledger, and we got some good racing still to come from this weekend.
Yeah, we've got another reverse grid tomorrow at about 12 o'clock, and then another one in the afternoon, which is just a scratch race off the fastest times for the whole weekend.
And that's a great way to finish it all off, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And one more round, where's that?
It's up at the Supercars at Hampton Downs.
Great,
which
that'll be a great spectacle.
Yeah, very interesting to see. I've never been to that venue for Supercars, so it'll be interesting to be there.
Yes, I think it's going to be a great event, and it'll be great to see these guys as part of that event, and they'll put on a show for sure. So my thanks to Ian. We'll be back tomorrow to do some more Central Muscle Cars, but we hope you've enjoyed what has been an excellent day of racing here at Manfeild, the home of Toyota and the home, of course, of the late, great Chris Amon. And we thank you for coming out today. So much great racing. Here's a look at the results then for the NZ Central Muscle Cars. Angus Fogg with the win ahead of Paul Bowden. The placemakers in second place. Shane Holland third, then Dean Hanson, Clark Hopkins, Craig Boot, Tony Boyd, Greg Honor, Dean Perkins and Gary McKelvey in 10th position. A little further down, Steve Ross, Bruce Drayden, who started right at the front, Bruce Kett, Peter Ward and Michael Eden. So look at the highlights of our handicap reverse grid. So off went the hare, which was Drayden, and they started them from flag to flag. And right at the back would be Perkins and Fogg, who fought it out in their first two laps. Fogg getting the better of Perkins, but he certainly fought for it. They were side by side for some time. Foggy finally doing the business and getting the overtake done. Once he'd done that, he then went in pursuit of this group, a five-way battle. In the middle of it was Ward and the 07 of Craig Boot leading that group. Fogg comes alongside, first of all, the 429 of Honor, and he liked that outside move, did Foggy. Meanwhile, there's still plenty of racing going on. It's not just about one man, it's everybody's looking for position, including the 62 of Gary McKelvey. Fogg just weaving his way bit by bit as the race went on. Fastest laps. Made the odd mistake, though, here and there. And that was one of them. Onto the grass, just a wheel touch, no harm, no foul, and around the outside he went. Closing stages, sadly for Ward. Peter Ward into the gravel and into the dirt, but luckily it didn't stop proceedings because he wasn't in a position which was going to change the race, and Fogg got his chance to take the checkered flag and win, having started right at the very back.